All right. Good evening, everyone. Let's get into chapter 8 and chapter 9. Chapter 8, what we found interesting was the question that was posed. And chapter 8 was the introduction to qualitative research. And I wrote that qualitative research answers the how and the why. It focuses on the meaning of individuals ascribed to social or human problems, and it uses the collection of data in a natural setting. One of the questions in the book, it asked if what are some core assumptions that you hold regarding your research topic? I'll talk a little bit more about my research topic in a minute, but I put that the relationships that I have already established between my coworkers may determine the type of response to communication efforts as a new supervisor, newly promoted supervisor. So, chapter 8 talked about the standards of quality in qualitative research. There was 8 standards that it went through. 1, are the components aligned? 2, is the research topic significant? Are the values, assumptions, and beliefs interrogated and made transparent? Number 4, is the methodological approach implemented appropriately? Are the data collection procedures rigorous, rich, and appropriate? Are the data analysis procedures rigorous, rich, and appropriate? Do the findings contribute new and significant knowledge? And is the research ethical? So the standards of quality and just qualitative research in general focuses on both the process and the results. And just a reminder that your research, your qualitative research, should have rigor and relevancy. So then chapter 9, the question that was posed is, what are the research methodologies and methods that are relevant to your action research proposal, and what does that look like? So my action research proposal, I'm still working on it. So far I have, as a newer supervisor, what communication practices have I found to be most effective for my team who are federally vested employees. So some of the variables that are involved is emails, Teams messaging, direct face-to-face communication, or providing printed lists. So the dependent variable of this research would be the completion of assigned work at the same or better percentages prior to my onboarding. So there is a way of collecting that data, looking at how the work was completed and timely, and prior to me being a supervisor, and now as I'm the supervisor, what techniques of communication that I've employed that I've realized affects the results. And one of the things that I identified as a moderating variable is the self-discipline or self-regulation. And that's like the ability for employees to manage their workloads and prioritize without management intervention. So there are going to be some employees that don't need or will always not need the communication efforts that I employ because they are already on top of the work and they don't need to be assisted. So to answer the topic of chapter 9, obviously the methodology that we're using, even though this is talking about qualitative research, we're doing action research, which we've already discussed that in chapter 2, but it includes stages of discovery, intervention, evaluation, and its purpose is improving practice. So I'm assuming that with the methodology that I employ and the research that I do, I could improve the practice of future supervisors that are newly onboarded and selected so that they know and can help communicate with the well-established employees that are there. And so for the methods, there was 3 methods that were discussed: talking to people, which is having or hosting interviews or focus groups. That could be structured, semi-structured, or unstructured, like free-flowing. Observation, which is, you observe in a formal or informal situation. And then analyzing materials, which is textual, artifacts, and audiovisual. Obviously, for my research, the methods that apply to me would be analyzing material, because I will have the data that will show, since I started utilizing this, this is, what happened. And I'll utilize it on a weekly basis so that I can see, like, oh, okay, things have shifted because I did not particularly email them. I sent them team messages. I can't really play around with the data too much because I still need to provide results and have the work done. But that was chapter 8 and chapter 9. So the research methodology that is relevant to my research proposal would be action research. Yeah, so thank you. This is my notes from this week. Chapter 8, chapter 9. And I did show already some of the work that I did in the book. This list of mapping your research, we still need to work on that. So I'm getting there. Thanks, y'all.